Hey guys, welcome back. Since I have been at my family's over the Christmas days, I hope you had a great time at Christmas. By the way, there was the announcement of the ban list, which obviously I would have made a video talking about this, but now I will just do it right now. Obviously, you most likely have already looked at the ban list and had your own thoughts. You can let me know in the comments what you are thinking of this ban list. I am very interested, but obviously we will also take a look at this. My predictions for the ban list were before we were knowing that we will get the merge armies, which definitely changed how the ban list needed to look, since giving Tenpai 6 more maxis would have been very devastating for the meta. There were Tenpai leagues, to be quite sure, on this list, but now they needed to be better or more, basically, and this is exactly what they did here. We have obviously cards to be unlimited Trickster reincarnation. I'm not quite sure. So this is one of the most annoying things. I wish they would have kept this at 1, because this is the combo where they basically discard your entire hand and then draw and lockbird you afterwards, so you have no hand cuts anymore. This is a good example of a deck or a strategy that I think should not be in the game, that make the game less fun. Everything that is like ripping cards from the hand is just no fun. It's like the Dark World combo that now is available, where your Dark World opponent can basically rip 4 cards, I think, off your hand, and then how are you playing the game? It's super boring in my opinion. At least with Tenpai you can make the same argument, I guess. At least with Tenpai, and this is where I think Tenpai is way cooler than a deck like Trickster or Dark World or even the Gimmick Puppet, is that you can at least play your first turn, right? At least you have some interruptions. So if a Tenpai goes second and you playing your first turn, you maybe have an imperm or something. Obviously, I know you can't really use stuff into the field spell, that is annoying, but you can do something, right? You can do something, you can play, you get to play the game, which is what I think most people want to do when they start playing Master Duel Online. And this is just saying you don't play the game, you don't have any chance, and this is just what I really dislike this. So I would have loved that the Trickster reincarnation would have stayed at 3, honestly. Then again, I don't really see a lot of people playing Trickster right now, but we also have the new support, so maybe that will be possible, that will be happening. Hopefully not, but we will have to see. Then we have White Dragon Wyver Burster from 1 to 3, very nice actually, since oops, this is the wrong button. This is not what I wanted to click here, but now you can go ahead and click and play the White Dragon Wyver Burster in Dragon Link multiple times if you want to, which is it's a very good card. We had the black one basically back from the list. We can take a look at the rank 1 list here of the Shapest of Snatches, which is also a YouTube channel, which I think is quite fun. And there you can see we have the white and the dark one, both at 1. And I think with, isn't that a grass? It's not a grass list, okay, but you can play a grass list and then play these guys at multiple copies if you wanted to, but remains to be seen. I think it's nice that we get this back from the list, and that Dragon Link is now more playable than before. Give the old decks that were too powerful before back their cards, so they can maybe compete. This will not be dominating anything, so that's fine. We have Flonreese Ampen back from 1 to 3. I think this is okay, since with the Flu deck, which everyone basically hates, with the Flu deck, there is enough other cards that are still hit, so that it won't be too bad. Also, we have the Shifter at 1 now, which is also a big part in making this deck way less annoying. So I think it's fine that this comes back to 3. We don't see a lot of Flonreese right now, and we won't see a lot of Flonreese after this hit. So it's okay, I guess. We have Quick Launch going from 2 to 3, once again support for Dragon Link, which once again I do like this. That's kind of nice. This will not be super dominant, so give them back the stuff so we can see more decks, a diverse meta, right? This is what we basically want. We have Sky Striker, Mecha Hornet Drones, masked as the Herald of Orange Light here, going from 1 to 3. This is very nice for Sky Striker actually, and maybe will it be relevant if we combo the Sky Striker engine in the future with the Malice engine, as we are seeing right now in the TCG. Very nice. This will not mean that everyone is now playing Sky Striker. This is also a very expensive deck, but yeah, I definitely like this. And you can also combine the Sky Striker engine with the Tenpai engine, since we have Tenpai Dragon Chandra going from 1 to 3. No, other way around, from 3 to 1. It was at 3 before, and now it goes to 1. This is one of the harder hits, definitely. So the hardest hits we have in the TCG with Sangen Kaimen at 1, Chandra at 1, and then also the Field Spell at 1. And this deck is still seeing play in combination with other engines like the Fiendsmith engine or the Sky Striker engine or Kashtira. So there's a lot of stuff that you can work this deck or this engine, the rest of the engine that is left basically into, which makes sense. I mean, we could play pure Tenpai before, but this will be less and less possible in the future. Tenpai Dragon Chandra going to 1, very nice. This also means that everyone who has 3 Chandras can decraft 2 to get 2 Fuva losses. So you only need to craft 1 Fuva loss with other gem stuff, basically, so you get 2 Fuva losses for free, basically, which is very nice. When it comes to the Purulias, you don't really need them, but we will talk about this obviously next week when this stuff comes out. So this is a nice hit, and with the release of the Mulch Armies, we need this hit. And then we also have Tenpai Dragon Chandra going from 3 to 1. Okay, I don't know what this is. This is a bit messed up here, but yeah, we already saw this. And then we have Sangen Summoning going from 2 to 1, so very, very heavy hits. We would not have seen these hits if not the Fuvalos would come out. I think if only if the Fuvalos wouldn't come out, I think we would have seen this going to 1. Obviously, you would still play the Purulia in the Tenpai deck, and now in Tenpai you would still play triple Fuvalos, triple Purulia, and I think that these hits are very nice and definitely help keeping Tenpai in check a bit, but don't kid yourself here. This deck with Chandra and Sangen Summoning at 1 and triple Purulia and triple Fuvalos together with Mexi and stuff will still be very, very powerful, and in my opinion still be the best deck in the meta game for sure. This depends a bit on what the remaining leaks are. So if we get Fiendsmith, then we might see this being a bit different. Then again, you can also combine this with Fiendsmith, as I've already said, because now you are missing a lot of your Tenpai engine, and you can now put in a secondary engine, which is also nice since the secondary engine can basically draw some hand traps, and then you can go ahead and play your Tenpai Dragon strategy to kill your opponent. Chandra to 1 is definitely a very hard hit, harder than the Sangen Summoning going from 2 to 1. I would have liked to see the Sangen Kaimen also go to 1 with the release of Fuvalos and Purulia. Honestly, this deck would still be playable, but not as dominant, and I think this will still be the best deck in the game. You can let me know in the comments what you are thinking. Do you think this is enough? Do you think this is too little? I think we will still have another month of Tenpai being very, very powerful, and then we might see the Sangen Summoning, the Sangen Kaimen go to 1, and at that point we might be at the point, even if we get the Fiendsmith stuff, that is the Tenpai Dragon deck will still be played. Obviously, you will still see this deck around. This deck will not vanish. They would need to do more to this deck than putting the Sangen Kaimen to 1 to kill this deck completely. So I think we will still see this deck in the future, but yeah, it will be used less and less. But with this, I think it's still the most powerful deck in the game with the Mulch Armies coming. A bit sad. I would have liked to have more Tenpai hits. Yeah, the people are very happy about the Tenpai hits, but I'm not quite sure. They took away 3 cards from Tenpai, but now they're going to fill them with Fuvalos. That's right. But you have to keep in mind that filling these slots with Fuvalos obviously means that yeah, this is engine, right? This is engine making this deck less consistent with the Fuvalosses, but obviously if the Fuvalosses draw you into some cards, then they might draw into these, and then yeah, it doesn't really matter. So this is what I'm saying. It's not enough if we get the Fuvalos and the Purulia, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. But I'm also interested in your opinion. I like this list. This is definitely a very hard hitting list. I wasn't expecting such hard Tenpai hits, but I think they are definitely warranted, and I would have liked to see more. Honestly, could also put the Pydra to do something, Pydra to 1, give us back more ultra rares. But I guess if they also would have put the Kaimen to 1, we would have gotten 4 ultra rares for free, which obviously would be very nice. But I expect this in the future. Kaimen will not stay at 3. But let me know in the comments what you are thinking. What do you think the meta will look like? We'll also make a video tomorrow talking about the new meta with all that we know right now, the new leaks. If you haven't seen the leaks, go check them out. The new leaks, the Mulch Armies coming, Tenpai hits. We will talk about what this could mean for the meta tomorrow, so stay tuned there. Let me know in the comments what you are thinking. Thanks for being here, and we will see each other tomorrow.